A day in the life of being an entrepreneur. Can I tell you that being an entrepreneur has is you have peaks and then you have the valleys. And it is not for the faint of heart. That's one of my common sayings because you might have a day where sales are just abundant. You just have a day where you might get 30, 40 sales in a day. And then the next day is crickets. Um, it's just ups and downs. There's days where especially I know for me being a having my own business and also being a speaker. So you might have events where you're getting prepared. I know there's so many times where I may be um, having a coaching session and then a hour or so later getting prepared to speak. And so mentally, and I think this is one of the reasons I know there's so much data out there in regard to being an entrepreneur and mental health. In one study I read stated that 72% of entrepreneurs have a mental health issue. And part of it is just based on the amount of stress that we carry. And oftentimes we don't have enough conversation about this. And we are not taking the time to just pause and address our mental well being. And so, for those who maybe an entrepreneur and you're wondering, you might be in a season where I need capital to grow my business, or I may need capital to just get my business off the ground, or it's so many stressors. But that's the day of life as an entrepreneur. One minute you're seeing clients, the next minute you're on social media putting out content for your ideal target audience. The next you're in business mode focused on your systems, your operations, the back end of things that another thing we normally don't talk about. But if you don't have that solid foundation of systems and operations and processes, you won't be able to stand the test of time. So, the day in the life of an entrepreneur, it is webs and flows, but always, always, always take care of you, do the work. Um, One thing I highly recommend is taking those mental health detoxes. That is a great way to address your mental well being. In a mental health detox, you're simply taking a break from media. That includes television, social media. You take a pause from that. As you take a pause from that, you're giving yourself at least 20 minutes a day when you begin your day, meditation, prayer. Then you give yourself, after you've meditated and prayed, that's when you do the 20 minutes of stillness, calmness. Just that's when God, and here's the great thing about it, that's when you get those God moments, and He'll let you know what you should be doing and the things you should just drop off um, your to-do list as an entrepreneur, and you'll get those God ideas that will just flow so seamless. And then another thing that you're doing in the mental health detox is you're taking a look at your inner circle. And typically those are 5 people you spend the most time with. As you reflect on those individuals, write how you feel. when you're around those people, what's your general mood? After you do that for 7 days, you're gonna have some clarity on the relationships that you should keep in your life and the relationships that have a expiration date. You'll have a real good understanding of that. And finally, last tip for the mental health detox is doing that and putting new information into your brain. So, whether that's listening to podcasts, reading a book, or having an audio book, but you're feeding your mind new information because the way the brain works, your cells, the cells in the brain, neurons, they're regenerating, being redeveloped for the average adult around every 35 days. So you have an opportunity to change your mindset, and it's based on the information that you have in your brain and then also your diet as well. So change your life and your business just by becoming the best version of you focused on your mental well-being. I hope these tips are beneficial to you in life as an entrepreneur. If I can be of further assistance, feel free, go to my link tree. You'll see all the resources I have there. We have the digital courses. We actually have a bundle with our digital courses. The Reclaiming Your Well-Being on Your Terms is specifically for Black women entrepreneurs who are ready to heal, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So we've bundled all three of our digital courses into that bundle. So you can do just that. But we also have one-on-one coaching available right now. We only, from moving forward, we're only accepting 5 people. Five, that's our magic number today. We're accepting 5 people for the remainder of this year into our coaching program, the Radiant Renewal. If you feel like that's for you, um, go schedule a clarity consultation and we can have a conversation and see if you're the best fit for that, because that is on a case by case situation. But as always, I am wishing you love, health, and happiness. Until next time, stay blessed.